Welcome to Study Abroad Opportunities. In this presentation, we will cover an overview of our program options, funding and financing, health and safety, and how students can get started. My name is Molly DeStaffney, and I have been at William & Mary since 2011. Our office is excited to help see your students on their future study abroad opportunity. So let's get started. As you may have heard, we are currently #1 in study abroad participation for public institutions, and we're often in or near the top spot nationally. This is in part due to how integrated study abroad is in the college curriculum, with students being able to fulfill the call through 100 through studying abroad, be it on a short-term program or a semester or academic year. Here is an overview of the number of countries, program choices, and the percentage of undergraduates who do study abroad or conduct research by the time they graduate. So why should your students study abroad at William & Mary? Well, beyond the fairly obvious that it will immerse your students in different cultures, languages, and perspectives, it does encourage intercultural competence, and many programs are built on the opportunity to incorporate experiential learning. This promotes critical thinking and adaptability, and some programs may combine academic study with real-world experiences like internships, service learning, or even fieldwork abroad. Many students on their program will work on collaborative projects, which will include group work with international peers, fostering teamwork across cultures. Students often engage in structured reflection, helping them connect their international experiences to academic and personal growth. Studying abroad can also significantly boost career readiness by developing key competencies that employers seek, such as communication skills. When you navigate a foreign environment, it enhances your verbal and nonverbal communication, especially across language barriers. It helps students with their problem solving and adaptability skills, as living and studying in a new country requires flexibility and resilience. These traits are highly valued in the workplace and are skills that our students often self-report as being one of their key takeaways from their experience abroad. Employers increasingly value candidates who understand global markets, cultural nuances, and international collaboration. And for those studying abroad in places where they are learning a new language, this exposure can improve fluency or spark an interest in further language study, which is a major asset in many careers. It can provide students the opportunity to build international connections with peers, professors, and professionals, expanding their global professional network. And perhaps what we hear the most from returning students studying abroad builds confidence and independence. Successfully managing life abroad fosters self-resilience and confidence, and these qualities transfer and translate well into leadership roles. Here is a quick synopsis of our program options. We will focus on the William & Mary offerings for this presentation, but please know that there are hundreds of other third-party programs that students are able to study abroad with. We encourage you to come again to our family weekend, this year held October 4th, to our annual Study Abroad Fair to meet some of our third-party program providers and visit with returning students and faculty leaders going abroad this year. So some of the options that we have are the William & Mary faculty-led short-term programs, our William & Mary sponsored semester programs, our William & Mary semester exchange programs, and William & Mary semester courses with embedded international experience. And again, there are hundreds of other third-party programs that students can participate in should they find a program that's not within our offering that they're interested in or has curricular interests. As long as the program is accredited, it will be something that we will support. The first program options that we will cover are our William & Mary faculty-led short-term programs. These occur during winter and summer breaks. It's where students travel with William & Mary faculty and students. They're taking William & Mary courses and credits. The program fee includes academic costs, program excursions, room, partial board, and sometimes full board, depending on the program. There are 10 of these programs set for winter with a deadline of September 9th, so coming up very soon, and over 15 summer programs for summer 2026 with a deadline of December 1st. The William & Mary faculty-led programs have a unique feature of a 1-credit pre-course that will start typically after fall break for winter or spring break for summer, that provides an opportunity for students to build community, learn more about the place they are visiting, and the academic program they can expect when they're there on the ground. These programs are by and large what a majority of our students are doing. So over 50% of our students are participating on these types of programs. Here you will see a list of our 2025-26 programs that we are offering. Those that have an asterisk next to them, the ones in Heidelberg and so on, they are not offered every single year. So students should take note that if that is a particular interest, it may not be something that will be offered on a yearly basis. The other thing to note is that there are some programs that we do occasionally offer that are not on the list. This one missing is Oman. It's usually referred to as our rock music program, as it typically has a professor from geology and a professor from music. But it is not, again, offered for this upcoming winter. You can take a look at our summer programs as well that are available on our website. Applications for summer programs will open by the end of September. We typically coincide that with our study abroad fair for summer, but it's a little bit later this year in early October. Freshman students are able to participate on these programs provided they meet any prerequisites. Most of our language programs for summer, for instance, will have requirements. Winter programs historically have been rather competitive, so it may be challenging for a freshman student to come in and be selected on every single program. They can, if they are interested, they can apply. I would just encourage them to reach out to one of the GEO advisors who oversee winter programming to let them know a little bit about where they might be a good fit at this point in time in their academic career. Next up, we will talk about our semester options. So there's two ways through William & Mary programming that you can study abroad. Through our sponsored semester, which is up to 4 programs each semester. The program fee includes the academic costs, tuition, lodging, and partial board. It's often on par or similar to William & Mary in-state costs. And then the 4 programs that we do offer each year is Oxford, Sevilla in Spain, La Plata in Argentina, and Montpellier in France, and Oxford, obviously in the United Kingdom. There is some William & Mary grades that come in from Sevilla and La Plata, so they offer a mixed delivery of some transfer credits as well as some internal William & Mary credits. 3 of those 4 programs have language requirements, Sevilla, La Plata, and Montpellier. Oxford has a bit of a separate timeline from the other 3. It also has a separate cost. So that one's going to be a little bit more similar, I think, to out-of-state cost than in-state cost. Oxford, because it is a specialized program that can be very competitive with a heavy writing focus in the application, it's a year out that students will apply for that program. Sevilla, La Plata, and Montpellier all feature homestays as well as a part of their program. With our exchanges, we have more than a dozen global partnerships where students continue to pay their tuition and fees to William & Mary, and their room and board is paid on site. A special note for the exchange programs is that it is based on reciprocity, which means we only have programs available when we have spots available from students who are visiting us. So when a student is interested in participating in an exchange program, they're often encouraged to have a plan B in mind should the program not be available or become competitive in the term that they wish to study abroad on. There are another option through William & Mary that students can participate in the semester, which is through an assisted enroll program. We currently have 2 of those. One is at St. Andrews, which is also an exchange partner. So for our students, for instance, who want to go to St. Andrews, but maybe they're out-of-state students, this tends to be the most cost-beneficial way for our students to participate in a semester academic year at St. Andrews. So they're still applying through William & Mary, getting support through that way, but it is not an exchange relationship, so it's not also limited on reciprocity. The other one is in French Reunion, which is a newer assisted enroll program so that students can spend a semester or academic year there. And that also has a French language requirement. On this next slide, we're going to cover funding and finances. Currently, we have over $700,000 in study abroad scholarships. That was the amount that we had last year, and it remains consistent for this coming year. Financial aid is generally portable. So if you receive scholarships from the university, loans or grants, typically speaking, you can carry those through to your study abroad program. There are also external funding sources that you can check out on our website. Costs are obviously going to vary by program type and by destination. So there is a wide range in terms of cost. We truly do want every student who wishes to study abroad the opportunity to do so, and we are supported by many generous donors whose funds help to make that possible. Most of our funding is need and or merit-based and is prioritized for our faculty-led winter and summer programming, but there are scholarships available for semester programs and several merit-based scholarships. There are other scholarships outside of our department available at William & Mary through a few academic departments. And again, that external funding sources. Our website has more information about scholarships, and I encourage students to check those out at least a year, ideally, as the deadlines, especially for external funding, do not necessarily match our own deadlines for programs. So to have and get the best bang for your buck, so to speak, it's a good idea to check this out early. William & Mary faculty-led programs will receive a grade that will appear on their transcript. All other programs will receive transfer credit. All students will receive Call 300 for their study abroad once they complete their transfer credit process, and students who wish to study abroad should follow the general rule of thumb that they should be looking out for deadlines the semester prior to their experience. So for example, if they went to study abroad in the spring, the deadline will be in fall. Our program deadlines usually stay fairly consistent from one year to the next, with winter faculty-led programming deadlining within the first 2 weeks back on campus, and our summer faculty-led deadlining in early December. We know that health and safety is a concern for families. Students will receive information on health and safety while abroad during their pre-departure orientations or during their one-credit course for William & Mary winter and summer faculty-led programs. All students studying abroad are required to have international insurance that provides medical and evacuation insurance. The costs of this insurance are built into the program fees for William & Mary faculty-led and sponsored semester programs. It will appear as a separate charge on exchange and third-party programs. Reeves has a 24/7 support person on call in the event of emergencies abroad. We encourage all students to be aware of the Department of State Travel Alert Policy. How to get started? Students can visit the Global Education Office, which is located on the second floor of the Reeves Center at 200 South Boundary, which is beside Campus Center. And we are open to students from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and peer advisors are available for walk-in advising. You're also welcome to visit us online at wm.edu/studyabroad. There's lots of information about our programs and next steps. There's a Study Abroad 101 info session that is available online. So it's a great place to start to learn more about how study abroad works at William & Mary. And students can schedule appointments as well to talk with advisors or with the peer advisors as well. If you have questions, please reach out to us via email, or we encourage you to come to the Study Abroad Fair in October to learn more. Our office again is located at 200 South Boundary. You have our website there and our email address at wmabroad@wm.edu. Thank you so much.